Time to look ahead to the third one-day international between India and New Zealand at Mt Maunganui on Monday, the same venue as the second game. And while New Zealand need to win this one to stay alive in this series, it will be Virat Kohli's final appearance in this limited over series before a much-deserved rest. Some numbers that we look ahead to on ESPN Cricinfo Match Day. We start with the challenge for New Zealand's opening bowlers. Whether it's been Southee, Bolt or Doug Bracewell in the last game, they cannot seem to find inroads to get both Shikhar and Rohit out early. Whereas on the other side, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Mohammad Shami have managed to get early wickets no less than 4 times in the first 10. That's one area they will have to focus on given the kind of form both Rohit and Shikhar have been showing. Some more numbers as we toss them up for you. Another challenge that New Zealand rather most certainly have is how their spinners are certainly falling behind India's. Now Kuldeep and Chahal are better than any duo you could name in one-day cricket at the moment. But the problem is that between Mitch Santner, who played the first game, and Ish Sodhi, who played the second, 14 wickets to none is something Kane Williamson would be very, very worried about. Figures to see if he manages to play one, both or none of those two players in the third game. And we know the impact that Kuldeep and Chahal have had in particular in the middle overs. Whether New Zealand are setting a target or chasing them in this series, they've just broken the Kiwis back when it comes to getting wickets at regular intervals between overs 11 to 40. And that's not just in this series. We look at a pattern since 2018 and you'll see the significant difference between India and New Zealand when it comes to wicket taking in the middle over phase. So between overs 11 to 40 since 2018, India going at an economy rate of 4.85, so they keep the runs down, lots of wickets as well. New Zealand on the other hand, well, an average of 41 suggests that they do have a slight problem in that middle over phase to get wickets. And if we are to finally look at personnel changes, India were unchanged in the first 2 ODIs, but they will have the luxury of Hardik Pandya back, and it is a luxury. In spite of all the nonsense that's happened off the field, he remains India's premier all-rounder, and while Vijay Shankar hasn't done much wrong, he hasn't had a bat or had much bowling to do, you would think that Kohli would welcome the return of Hardik Pandya straight away. He will give India that extra bowling option too, even though they haven't really needed the services of the extra all-round seamer with the way Chahal and Kuldeep have been bowling. As far as New Zealand go, they must scratch their head just a little bit more because they're all-rounders. They're not quite getting the right balance between them. They tried Santner in the first game in Napier. They tried de Grandin in the second game at Mt Maunganui. Are you going to stick with the seam bowling all-rounder in Colin de Grandin? Will he be the same force against the wrist spin? We saw the way he got out to Kuldeep Yadav in the second game. Or is there room for Mitchell Santner? Maybe both at the expense of someone else in that lower middle order, or maybe the expense of a seamer, given how things have been going. That's a call that Kane Williamson will very much have to take, and he's got to get the right one if he wants to stay alive in this 5-match series.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.